Hello everyone. Have you ever felt stuck in life as if, no matter how hard you try, you keep hitting walls? We all face hardships, moments when life feels overwhelmingly difficult. But what if I told you these challenges are essential stepping stones to a more fulfilling life? In today's video, we'll explore profound teachings inspired by Buddhist wisdom, alongside my reflections and stories that help reveal the hidden value within life's most difficult moments. If you're looking for ways to navigate through pain and come out stronger, you're in the right place. Let's start this journey together. Embracing suffering as a path to growth. One of the first and most challenging ideas we'll explore is viewing suffering as an opportunity for growth. Buddhism often speaks of life as a journey through a sea of suffering. It's a powerful metaphor, suggesting that every wave of pain or sorrow is a lesson in disguise. But how do we navigate this sea without feeling drowned by it? Let's consider the story of a young man named Jack, who after experiencing a major financial setback, found himself questioning everything. Jack had invested years into building a business, only to see it collapse in a matter of months. At first, he felt lost, bitter, and even defeated. But instead of giving up, Jack took a step back and asked himself, "What can this experience teach me?" Slowly, Jack realized that while the loss was painful, it also offered him insights he hadn't noticed before. His resilience grew, and so did his empathy for others struggling with similar situations. The failure became a golden opportunity, reshaping him into someone wiser and more grounded. In Buddhism, this idea is known as understanding through suffering. It's the notion that each hardship builds inner strength and a deeper awareness of our human experience. Suffering is universal. It connects us. By facing it, we gain not just personal growth, but also the ability to support others through their pain. 5 principles to overcome life's challenges. Buddhist teachings offer 5 principles or keys to unlock the door to resilience when life feels impossible. Let's dive into these principles, blending Buddhist insights with personal reflections and examples. 1. Experience loss and accept pain. Imagine a life without any struggles. It may sound ideal, but think about what would be missing. Without pain, how could we appreciate joy? Without loss, would we truly value what we have? Embracing hardship rather than resisting it is the first step in transforming our struggles into sources of strength. 2. Maintain steadfastness. This principle teaches us to stay grounded, no matter the setbacks. Like Jack in our story, those who find the courage to keep going often discover a resilience they didn't know they had. This strength becomes a beacon for others, offering hope and inspiration. 3. Self-respect and independence. Having self-respect helps us maintain dignity even when facing adversity. It reminds us of our inherent worth. In my journey, I found that when I started valuing my opinions over others' judgments, I could stand up for myself in ways I hadn't before. Independence fosters the courage to walk our path, even if it's different from the norm. 4. Cultivate inner peace. Meditation, mindfulness, or simply pausing to breathe can help us center ourselves amidst chaos. Inner peace isn't about escaping reality, but about creating a safe space within which external storms can't reach. Think of it as a calm oasis where we recharge before facing the world again. 5. Understand karma. The principle of karma is about understanding that our actions have consequences. If we sow seeds of kindness, respect, and love, we're likely to reap the same. Imagine someone who consistently acts with compassion. They create an environment of warmth around them, benefiting not just themselves, but everyone they encounter. Karma in daily life. Karma often feels like a complex or mystical concept, but it's quite straightforward. Think of it as a mirror reflecting the energy you put into the world. If you act with honesty and integrity, life has a way of returning that positivity to you. But if your actions are harmful or deceitful, those choices can come back to haunt you, sometimes in unexpected ways. For example, a friend of mine once shared his story of overcoming anger. He was quick to react whenever he felt wronged, often responding harshly to others. Over time, he noticed this behavior isolating him from those around him. He decided to try a different approach. Whenever he felt anger rising, he would take a deep breath and imagine how he'd want someone to treat him in a similar situation. This shift in perspective didn't just change his interactions with others, it brought more peace into his life. Over time, he found that others began responding to him with the same kindness and understanding he extended. Karma, then, isn't about punishment or reward. It's a cycle of energy. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to this cycle. Ego and self-awareness. Our ego often acts as both a protector and an adversary. When we're too attached to our image, we become defensive and isolated. Buddhism teaches us that the ego, or the I, can be a major obstacle in truly connecting with others. Here's a story to illustrate this. A young monk in a monastery struggled with anger and jealousy. Despite his commitment to spiritual growth, he often found himself comparing his progress to others. One day, he realized that his need to outshine others was rooted in his ego, and he committed to letting go of this attachment. He began focusing less on being better and more on being present. This shift allowed him to genuinely celebrate others' successes rather than seeing them as threats. Over time, his relationships blossomed, and he found a deep sense of peace. This process of releasing the ego is transformative. It invites us to approach each interaction with humility, making space for empathy and connection. Acceptance of life's impermanence. Life is fragile and transient, and Buddhism often encourages us to reflect on this truth. Accepting impermanence can be freeing because it allows us to cherish each moment without clinging to it. Let's talk about someone who faced impermanence head-on. A woman named Lynn, after losing her mother, felt a void that seemed impossible to fill. Yet as she worked through her grief, she began to understand that her mother's presence would always live within her, not in a tangible form, but in the values and love she passed down. This realization helped Lynn find peace, not by forgetting, but by embracing the moments they shared. Impermanence doesn't mean losing what we love. It means understanding that change is natural. It reminds us to live fully, to tell those we love how much they mean to us, and to create memories that endure. Compassionate living and empathy. Compassionate living is at the heart of Buddhist philosophy. When we act from a place of love and understanding, we foster a world where everyone benefits. But practicing compassion isn't always easy, especially when we're hurt or misunderstood. Imagine a man named An, who, after a heated argument with his friend, chose to listen instead of arguing back. His decision to understand his friend's perspective not only saved the friendship, but deepened it. Compassion sometimes requires that we set aside our pride and listen openly, even when it's hard. And story shows us that compassion isn't about being right, it's about being kind. True empathy involves putting ourselves in others' shoes, allowing us to connect in a way that bridges differences. Compassionate living helps us cultivate relationships that aren't just fulfilling, but transformative. In closing, life is a journey filled with ups and downs, but every hardship, every setback is an opportunity to grow and evolve. By embracing suffering as a path to wisdom, staying resilient, and practicing compassion, we unlock new levels of peace and joy. Remember, life's beauty lies in its impermanence, so cherish each moment and approach each day with love, humility, and gratitude. Thank you for watching and joining me on this journey. If today's insights resonate with you, please share your thoughts in the comments. Let's continue supporting each other as we navigate life's challenges together. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. See you in the next video.